Testing, testing.
Hey, give it more than that.
All righty, let's give it some more. How's that? All right.
Hey, 1-2 on the check. 1, 2, 3, 4. YouTube audio.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the City of Delafield Common Council meeting for Monday, February 16th, 2026, coming to order at 7 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Sure thing. Alderperson Henry.
Here.
Alderperson Schaefer.
Here.
Alderperson Valdy.
Here.
Alderperson Wilkin.
Here.
Alderperson Pevin.
Here.
Alderperson Laughlin.
Here.
Alderperson Price is excused. Administrator Hafner.
Here.
Mayor Iker.
Present. All right, thank you. Right away, we've got a special order of business, introduction of Aaron Cuck as our newly promoted foreman for the Public Works Department. Why don't you just come up and say hi? Just press the bar at the bottom and the light goes on, the green light goes on.
Oh, can you hear me?
There you go. Yes.
All right, I just wanted to take a couple minutes just to come and introduce myself. I've met some of you guys over my years here at the city. Just want to introduce yourself so you had a face to the name. I've been with the city for about 10 years. Super excited about the new opportunity to take over Paul's spot. Got some big shoes to fill. Paul's been here for a long time. He's done a really great job. So I'm really excited to take over and work with Sean and bring a new young view to the city and hopefully keep things great. I'm super excited to be here. Been here, like I said, for about 10 years. I've worked on the lake, managing that for probably the better part of 8 years that I've worked here. So that was, a great experience out there. I've done basically everything else with the city. I'm married, happy with 3 young boys at home. Keep me very busy. So yeah, I just wanted to come introduce you guys, give yourself face to name, and if you have any questions, you want to reach out, anything, I'll be the guy to take care of it.
All right. Yeah, welcome aboard.
Good
Aaron.
luck.
Thank you.
Okay, item 5, minutes. Looking for approval for the minutes of January 19th.
I move to approve the minutes of our January 19th regular meeting as presented.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Or abstentions? Okay, minutes are approved. City of Delafield citizens' comments. Does anyone here wish to make any comments? Okay, 3, 2, 1. No citizens wish to comment. Citizens' comments are now closed. There is no consent agenda item. Boards, committees, and commission reports. Start with licenses. Molly.
Yeah, so this first item here is some housekeeping with regard to the Applebee's franchisee situation. If you recall, the now current owners purchased the previous franchise in order to keep that liquor license as it was kind of in a state of being closed. So they've since reopened and they would like to you can't legally transfer, so they would like to surrender that license with the condition that it be granted to the new group. There were a few housekeeping items with regard to their application. Those have since been cleaned up, so I would just ask that as a part of the motion that you do include kind of the closure of those items listed in the agenda item. If you so choose to make that motion.
I'll make a motion that we move to authorize the conditional surrender and transfer of the license subject to the pending list that Molly referred to and that are listed in the agenda item.
George has a second?
Second.
All right, any questions or comments? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Or abstentions? Okay, licenses have been juggled back and forth now. All right, Plan Commission, Alderperson Wilkin.
We had another busy plan commission meeting earlier this month. We had a public hearing on the conditional use for a farmer's market up on Neshota Road. I'm not sure if we can actually have a plan commission meeting without Bonnie Knopf being there.
She's far
Been there
from,
since sometime in the middle of last year.
a Rustic Manor, they had the record for the most meetings attended in any length of time, but, yeah, Bonnie's been to several.
She's been to several. Anyway, we agreed to give her a conditional use permit, except that we deferred to the Public Works Committee on the parking lot surfacing. So I expect that that will probably come to the council for final approval at a future meeting in the near future. We also approved a business plan of operation and permanent signage for Dexafit, which is pretty much right across the street from City Hall here at 615 North Genesee Street. They basically have a wellness business, and we approved everything but their sign that was pointed upward, or their lighting, rather. We also approved final plan for signage for Bubbles Foam Farm out on Highway 83. They've been to the Plan Commission a number of times to work out details and everything, and I think we're good there. We approved that as well. We also talked with a representative from Divine Redeemer Lutheran Church up on Highway 83 on the far northern edge. They have a big pile of dirt right now, and they want to basically level it out and develop an athletic field for recess physical education and sports. And so that's going to go to a public hearing probably in the next meeting. And then we approved basically a pole barn for one of the residents down on Indian Springs Drive. And it was just that the pole barn was more than 720 square feet, which is, not even the size of this room. And that's the zoning, so we had to make a special exception. That's it.
All right, and next
you.
meeting's last Wednesday of the month. Okay, Lake Welfare Committee, Alderperson Price is not here. And I don't have any update that I can think of for that right now. Park and Recreation Commission, Tree Board.
Tree Board, as reported earlier, we've got the urban forestry grant for the Oakwood Park tree planting, thanks to our city forester, Sean Heinzel, getting that grant. And we're planning the planting of that tree line in fall and coordinating with Public Works on that, because they're putting a trail, hiking, biking trail through that same area. So we'll make sure the planting complements the future trail. Park and Rec. We've got the stage for Liberty Park Music Series locked in, thanks to Tom Hafner for managing that process. And the Arts Foundation is got 6 concerts scheduled between June 4th and August 20th this summer. So join us for Liberty Park music. One other item, we've put together a list of potential park bench areas that need a park bench, because we get occasional requests for memorial benches, and citizens want to donate a bench in memoriam for somebody. So we're putting together a list of locations throughout the parks where we need park benches. So that can be sort of pre-approved. So if anybody has locations around the city that need a park bench, send them to Park and Rec, and we'll take a look at them for the list of candidates.
I have a question, Mark, about the park benches. Do you have like a design so that people can look at that, or?
Yes, there's a standard bench that
Right.
we use, that iron bench and brass plaque, and
Okay, nice.
we have a document on that too. I need to put that all together so that it's a good information packet for
Yeah.
citizens that are
I
interested.
think it's awesome. It's a wonderful way to memorialize something or to remember someone or an event, so it's a good idea.
Jackie, a good example of that bench that we use would be the Judge Houseman Memorial Bench, which is right by the bridge over the Bark River by the municipal parking lot.
I thought as much, but I just wanted to make sure. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Mark. Public Works Committee.
My inaugural meeting
All
of the
right.
Public Works Committee was on February 4th. It was a little bit of an education for me. There's an ongoing project right now in Public Works is the ultimate right-of-way, or URO, as the acronym would have it. Apparently, it's, again, an ongoing project. We're trying to get some standardization on the ultimate right-of-way that would benefit the Plan Commission and, any future building. Right now, there's no real standardization. A map was put together showing some of the roads. I'm assuming this would be submitted with the minutes, so. Let's see. So we're trying to codify that. Also, we went through the schedule for projects, the City Hall stairs. Okay, there's a whole list of dates here as to how that's going to proceed, starting with bids February 12th. Is that, Tom, is that submitted? Correct, yeah. Okay. Bids are advertised, and now the opening would be February 26th for the City Hall.
Actually, I take that back. The openings are this Thursday, so we tweaked that a little bit apparently.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
The key point is it's in motion, and we'll be seeing that soon.
Hopefully, completion by July 24th. Also, the street improvement projects, the list, what we went through, there was a list printed, and again, that one I'm assuming would be submitted into the minutes. So that's about it.
I have a question for either George or Tom, or whoever knows the answer. I just am ignorant. What does an ultimate right-of-way really mean to us? What are the implications of that? What are we actually doing with that?
You want to explain that probably better than me?
Yeah, right now, the city, in some areas, the amount of right-of-way that we have, it's kind of piecemeal and varies along one street. We have multiple different right-of-ways in place. And also, we still have numerous properties in the city of Delafield that are legally described out to the center line of the road, which is kind of the old school way of how surveying was done. And anytime one of those properties that's out to the center of the road, if they come in for a CSM or a plat or something, they're then required to formally dedicate the width of the right-of-way to the city. So this kind of establishes for various roads what that right-of-way is going to be. So some of the roads, it's 60 feet total width, some 66 total width, and a number of variables on there. There's some streets where, just based on how build-out has happened, even before the city existed, where we can only have like a 30-foot wide right-of-way. An example of that would be West Shore Drive, where if we had any wider than that, we would have garages and whatnot in the city right-of-way. So this is just creating a document that brings consistency to those decisions when they're needed as far as how much right-of-way is to be dedicated.
So it's not necessarily changing anything that size of the right-of-ways on anything, it's just setting the policy clear?
So there is a difference between the width of existing right-of-ways and the ultimate right-of-way width in some areas. So there are areas where we only have 30 feet from one side of the right-of-way, and it should be 33. And therefore, anytime that property would come in for a CSM or a plat in the future, it would be required that the extra 3 feet get dedicated to meet the ultimate right-of-way. And again, the ultimate right-of-way is for consistency so that we don't have areas where at one property we've got 30 feet of right-of-way, the next one 33, the next one 30. It's kind of, there is a bit of what I call pumpkin toothing of our right-of-way right now, where it kind of zigzags in and out. So this is intended to bring consistency to that.
Thank you.
Yep.
And one other thing for the benefit of the aldermen, it also has the listing in the minutes of the street improvements that are scheduled for this year. So you might want to take a look at that. It lists the streets and the dates that they'll be working on those, so.
All right, thanks, George. Delhart Commission, we have not had a meeting since our last council meeting. Police Commission,
No meeting, no report.
all right, Library Board.
We are actually meeting this Thursday, so I will just refer you to the director's report for today.
All right, thank you. Zoning Board of Appeals,
No meeting, no report.
you missed the one. All right, Promotion and Tourism Commission.
There was a meeting last week. I missed it because I was ill. So we'll direct people who are interested to look at the minutes, and I'd also like them to visit delafield.org website because we have a new series about winter activities, and it's so much fun to look at. They did a great job once again.
Great, thank you. Lake Country Fire and Rescue Commission, there was not a meeting there. Lake Country Fire and Rescue Board, was there a board meeting, Tom? They did have a board meeting.
There was a board meeting.
I'm trying to remember what was on. It wasn't for us, but nothing crazy happened.
I didn't see
It'll
it.
be on LCFR's website. And we do have that second board position filled, so we'll figure out a better way to get the minutes in here and the reports. Deer Management Committee.
Deer Management Committee met on January 20th. Briefly reviewed the State of the Union. I don't have a number in terms of deer harvest yet. We also reviewed the incentives and promotions and how we can communicate with the hunters to make sure that they know that this opportunity is out there. That still continues to be a challenge for us.
All right.
That's it.
All right, thank you. Other committees, commissions, boards, none. Unfinished business, we do not have unfinished business. Mayor's report. This is exciting. Going back from when we signed our one-year extension to the LCFR IMA agreement back in September, there was still one or two contentious points that were being debated between the leaders of the different municipalities. So we all agreed that we're going to do something quickly and efficiently, I should say, starting at the beginning of the year. And so Joe Wolfel, who's one of the town board members in town of Delafield, who's taken the lead now for them, and I worked with Chief Fennig to set up a meeting that happened last week, Wednesday. And we simply went through the list of all the major points that were up for discussion and what had been negotiated over the past 2.5 years. And went through municipality by municipality, checking the boxes, saying, I agree to all of them. It was a little bit mundane of a meeting, but we agreed on all the main points. So that's the end is essentially here for a long-term IMA agreement. Where it goes now is one of the attorneys for one of the municipalities is putting together a master document for the administrators to meet on and just go over some of the things that we elected not to go into the details of as mayors and village presidents, et cetera, because they were things that really need to be worked out with the chief and the administrators as far as when deadlines for budgets get turned in based on what information gets shared, how. It's not something that's going to unravel anything that was agreed to. So this is a nice end to the saga, and we'll have some sort of a signing ceremony in the next couple of months, so that'll be fun. Another update, did go to the Chamber of Commerce awards banquet last, what was that, Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday. Real nice to see everyone there. All honors and awards were given to well-deserving people. So we've got a nice thriving business community here, and they're all doing their best to keep it that way. All right, next, new business, 11A, request for brainstorming on some fundraising to raise money for any potential future expenses the city might have with the new lake pier as requested by Alderperson Price. We'll just carry that over to the next one. He can explain it. I'm not sure what that would be. There shouldn't really be anything that would be a surprise where we need to rally for funds, but we'll take them for sure. 11B, approval of vouchers payable for the dates of January through February and December through February in the amount of $522,388.02 and $180,802.41 for payroll. Who would like to make that motion?
I move to approve the voucher lists.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Or abstentions? Okay, bills are paid. Report of city officials, Tom Hafner.
Yeah, just one update on our Public Works hiring process that's currently open. That is to fill the position that Aaron left behind as he was promoted in the foreman position. And we got a really nice group of applications, over 20 applications for the position. We identified 7 of those that we're having in for interviews. We did 4 of those interviews today. We'll be doing 3 of them on Thursday. And some really promising looking applicants for sure, really impressive. And just the other thing I want to say is we typically we accept applications until the position's filled. So if anybody out there hasn't seen it yet and is interested in the opportunity, we'd be eager to see your applications and consider you. So that's it.
All right, I have to back up and say one more update. I know Dirk mentioned them in the Plan Commission minutes. Bubbles is open, so if you want a shiny car, go through it. It's interesting. It's kind of a show in there. If you remember Willy Wonka with the boat ride, with the colors and when they say it's Bubbles, you're really covered. So anyways, it's open. Check them out. All right, Molly, City Clerk.
Just the spring election update for 2026. The spring election, we do not have a primary, which would be tomorrow, but we don't have one. We didn't need to have one, so the next election is April 7th. The polling location is at Delafield City Hall for all residents of the city, if there's a question about that. In-person absentee hours, we have March 24th through April 3rd during our regular office hours. New for this, with the uptick in-person absentee voting, we are going to have some weekend hours, so I do have the Saturday, March 28th scheduled from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. For some in-person absentee voting.
So take the kids shopping and voting downtown. Anything else?
Just for those of you who didn't notice, we have Katie over here to the side. Katie Karnick is one of our administrative and billing clerks upstairs. She is training today on minutes, but please stop by and introduce yourselves. Or for those out there, residents that are coming in, stop by and introduce yourself too in City Hall.
Thanks, Molly. City Treasurer reports in the packet. There was a comment that was received, complimentary of Amy and Tom, for trimming down the kind of the legacy open capital projects that some kind of, I'm not going to say languish, but when there's a couple $100 laying around or something doesn't get done because the budget didn't match, Amy and Tom have done a good job cleaning those up. And so that list is about a third of what it was a year ago. So thanks for that. D, council requests for future agenda items. Any, as always, reach out to Tom or Molly if you'd like to get something introduced.
I have something. I would more or less defer to Alderman Price since it's already on the agenda regarding the pier project. But is there a schedule for that? Did I miss it? Is there a schedule for when that's going to be, construction on that is going to start, or proposed schedule, or?
Yeah, so we're working with the dock supplier, and putting together specifications right now. And our goal is to have the pier installed shortly after June 15th. Our permit that we have does not allow for the installation to occur in between March 15th and June 15th due to fish spawning concerns.
So after,
You just have to talk closer to the mic.
after June 15th?
Correct.
All right, anything else? That doesn't sound like we need to put that in the agenda. You just got an answer, but we'll get an update. Maybe Tom can provide an update at our next meeting as far as how it all
Well,
looks.
again, I'm going to defer to Paul.
Okay.
Regarding
Gotcha.
his motion or
All right, fair enough. Then 13, correspondence, that's in the packet. Number 14, we're no more business, so we are adjourned at 7:25 PM. Thank you.